All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back today. We're playing some more Legendinthemist. We're starting up a new adventure, and everyone's been shopping. They all got like a reward from their first adventure arc. But I like to think the reward was knowing that you riled up all these kind, innocent people and got probably like a third of them, like, killed somehow. Like they fell down a ravine or a bear bit them or something. That
Who was bitten by a bear? I don't remember that in the last session.
Well, you guys didn't go with every single group. You only went with the one group. Like there was a whole town you guys riled up,
There was some Yahoo like throwing a bear trap.
Story.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, man, it's like where was Jim's party? Jim's party. It's like Jaws when they're like, hey, is that so and so's boat? And then they find so and so's boat later, and they're all dead. So that's what you guys did. So,
but we come back as heroes.
Yeah, and now this time around, we're just going to keep following the Jaws theme. You're all just going to be teenagers, and you're going to be trying to go out to Junction Point, and then in our third adventure, we're going to go to SeaWorld, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Nice. When do we get to go to the Bahamas or whatever?
That's the fourth one, Jaws the Revenge. So we can get Michael Caine a house, because that's what he said.
I love his story about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's like, I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the house that it paid for, which is a great way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyhow. Okay, so we're good to go. Do we want to do like a quick roundtable? Who you playing, and then what did you pick? So basically, the idea being that the villagers rewarded you for your good deeds, and so you all basically got to pick an item from a tag from the list. So let's just do a roundtable. Who you playing, and what did you pick? And then I'll tell you where we're going to be starting up with this next one. So let's start with Steven. What did Slag get?
Yeah, well, I'm playing Slag, who is a blacksmith, and he was the savior of Ravensdale, as we all remember. And did all of the work that saved Ravensdale, and he made sure that no one was bit by any bears. And I took as my reward no reward, because I did this out of the goodness of my heart.
And because I took no reward, I also sharpened a lot of blades and weapons for the locals, and the guards rarely search me now. When I'm walking around, they know me as someone to be trusted and respectable. So my reward is that I have friends.
That's awesome. Let's hope we go back to Ravensdale and Ravenholm specifically before the end of this campaign. Probably won't, but hey, we'll see.
My reputation precedes me wherever I go.
It is in favor to be really searched by guards.
Of course. Yes. Okay. So Melissa, you're talking. So tell us who you're playing and what did you grab as a reward for your first big adventure?
Yeah. So I am playing Dimity. She is a gossipy needleworker, and of course, despite Jeff giving us like 3 different places with lots of lists of things, I'm trying to make up something myself. So there's a couple things that are like a fancy gown or like dye for thread. So what I would like to think is that like they found something that was like a kind of a torn up like fancy gown or something that she's able to like recoup the thread from, because she has this really fancy tapestry that she's been working on for some nobles. And so she now has kind of all of this thread that's going to be able to like help her in this quest that she has.
Okay. All right. So you got some fancy thread. Fantastic. Okay. Gwylt. Jeremy, tell us about Gwylt and tell us what he picked.
Gwylt is the weirdo unhoused purse eater, and he selected to get a map of game trails in the area. Hoping to use that to investigate some of our recent problems.
Okay, fair enough. Might come in handy. We're starting up somewhere else this time around, but not too far from Ravensdale, so it's probably still useful. What about you, Joe? Who you playing? What did you pick?
Yeah, I'm playing Spoonbill, He's got the site and some other fun things, and he picked a folding chair. He's an old man, so he needs a place to sit now and then. So yeah, he found a nice folding chair.
You can use it as a weapon too. Turn it into like a
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
WWE thing. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Okay.
battery
That made us
man.
laugh when we talked about that pre-stream. That a folding chair was a bona fide amenity that you can get.
Yeah. That's he
Okay.
was instantly zeroed in on that. He needs a place to rest his old man knees.
All right. And then my trade. Tell us about who you're playing. Tell us what you picked.
I am playing Mila. She is your jovial brewmaster, and the item I picked is a party invitation.
Okay. Fantastic.
Nice.
All right.
The party already
Okay.
happened, but the invitation was
She
lying
kept
around,
it.
and they
She
gave
kept the
it to her.
invitation. Was it like? Did she attend the party, or was it just like she didn't attend, but they gave her the invitation?
I
because-
just have to accept someone else's invitation.
It was just
Okay.
sitting in the mailbox when you came back.
All right. Well, okay. All right. Let's get going. So if you know for the players and honestly anyone watching this who has the Legendinthemist stuff, if you look at the map of the Dales, their first adventure took place around Ravensdale and then a little bit southeast towards the Bounds. And on the edge of the marshes there. This time around, you all are gonna head out to Woodend, so you can kind of see to the southwest of the Dales is where you're gonna be heading this time. So so we'll say as a means of quick exposition, some of you met Rosamund the Wise One for the first time. Some of you have known her for your whole lives. And she having assisted you and you having assisted her, she is sending you to Woodend, which is a different dale. Specifically, you're headed out to Millside, which is one of the villages within Woodend, on her behalf. And so maybe we start off by seeing this little montage of scenes with you all getting your gifts and all the various villagers coming up and thanking you. And then maybe all of you getting called out to Rosamund once more. And she's sending you there because, as you all have learned from the first adventure, there's something going on. Something strange has happened, like this miasma has started to boil up and beneath the dales, and it entered into some water spaces. It looks as though the protections to the south hadn't been tended to properly, and so now Rosamund, as a practitioner of the old ways, which some of you are as well, is a little concerned about this fraying of wards and this miasma and what else might be going on. And so she asks you to go to Millside, in her stead, because she's old. She's a little older. She doesn't want to travel too much, because she has heard word from their local wise one, a man by the name of Fablo Roots. And it's very difficult when I look at that in my notes not to say Fabio,
Right.
Right? It's the lowercase L and the I look so similar. But anyhow, she's asked you to head out to Millside to speak with Fablo Roots and to figure out what's going on there, because there have been reports that have been coming to her, and specifically from this wise one, about folks in Woodend having strange and unnerving and kind of unnatural experiences of some kind, according to this. And so he was requesting help from Rosamund, and you all are going to try to give that help over. All right, so we're gonna pick up then a little while after the time, maybe a couple weeks after our adventures in Ravensdale. So any of you who had any kind of lingering simple injuries or statuses, you can wipe those free. So if any of you are like sickened 1 or sickened 2, or if you had like a slight little singe or something like that, you can go ahead and clear those out.
Got my rumor monger back. I had burned that.
Yeah, and I would say we've had enough time where I have no problem with you all if you had some scratched tags from the previous adventure that you can go ahead and bring them back to.
So much gossip in these intervening weeks.
Yes, you recharged your batteries or something like that. Yeah. So we open up then as we're crossing this large dam. And it's a dam that you all would know the name of. Maybe you've never been here before, but you might know the name itself. It's called the Wyland Dam. And it's kind of slick with mist, all these uneven stones. We can see out looming in a short distance a very impressive lumber mill that seems to be partially obscured by some fog. And there's got this grumbling, groaning sound to it as we hear various people at work there. We see all sorts of workmen and loggers that are scurrying around, very muddy yards. They're kind of toiling to basically feed these industrious large saws. And beyond it, we can see maybe a stone's throw away from the edges of the forest known as the Aldenweald. We see the cozy cabins and lodges of Millside. Now, you all would know that the Aldenweald is, you know by reputation. It is basically not really a portion of the Dales. It's like almost like the on the outskirts of the Dales, similar to the marshes in some way. And Millside is a village that is closest to it. The air is very hazy. There's this smell of charcoal and loam, and by reputation, this place has always had a certain vibrancy to it, partially because of its proximity to this lush and ancient forest. But as you start crossing over this dam and into this village, you notice that vibrancy is utterly absent. You see all sorts of traders and travelers that are hunkering around various fires, and you can see some of them have this dull stare, like they're just staring emptily into these smoky flames that are coming up as you pass by them. You can also tell who are the locals, most certainly, and they're shuffling about. Some of them, they almost look lost. They see like they stop at the middle of like an intersection of an alleyway and a more proper street, as if they don't even know where to go. Some of them drop items and bump into each other, and you can see like there's a series of apologies that are happening, and you see this over and over again as you start pushing through the village. Many of them seeming just to struggle, and even if you stop to ask for a direction or two, some of them don't even recognize the fact that they've been asked the question. You can see that there are some that are clinging to these like strange embroidered sashes, and some of them even have these woolen poppets that they have either like perched on their shoulders or clutched in their hands. And some of them are muttering to the sky, like this slate gray sky up ahead. And at no point are you ever really given some kind of hearty hail or warm welcome that you would most likely expect from visiting such a place. All that you really see around here are hollow eyes, wearied frowns, and a tired people. And so this is the village of Millside within the Dale of Woodend. And all of you have now arrived here at the village center, or at least close enough to where the village center would be. And I'm going to turn it over to, we'll start with Slag. What do you think Slag is observing, thinking, or saying to your companions as you kind of pass by all of these sites?
I think he would be commenting probably to Spoonbill. That's the one he does asides to the most. Just about how dour this place feels right now. About how muted everyone's emotions are. What? Is there a plague? Is there a curse? What brings such sadness to these people?
Is it reasonable that I've like passed through here? Is this kind of like on a main route or something?
Yeah. If you've done trade routes before, if you've moved along trade routes, you could have passed through here in a previous season. It's certainly possible. I doubt you're intimately familiar with Millside, but you might at one point in your travels have passed through, considering your age.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious how it compares now to like the general vibe I got, or like if I remember this place feeling the way it does now is kind of what I'm curious about.
I would say no roll needed here. You remember them as a superstitious people, but certainly not a fearful one, or not a like a not sort of a hollow one that you're kind of seeing here. Like there was definitely more joy, more energy in some of the workers and such. Even when you went past the mill, it didn't have the same kind of energetic production that maybe you were used to. And the traders themselves here seem like they're supposed to be hawking their wares, and they're just resigned to not do so. And obviously you were greeted from time to time with a hello here and a hello there, but that hasn't seemed to happen. So yeah, there's definitely something has changed.
Okay. It feels like nobody has purpose here anymore. There's kind of just autopilot almost. It's kind of the vibe it seems like they're giving off, I guess. I wonder if something's happened recently.
And so is there anything that you all, and anyone can take the spotlight at this point, we're not really in a highly threatening situation or anything, so if anyone has something they want to do, is there something that anyone would want to do, anything you would want to look for, people you want to talk to, landmarks? Go ahead.
Can I go up to just some random person on the street and real friendly, we're just passing through, but everything feels a little different than the last time I passed through. Everything all right?
They like you just you flag somebody down who's walking by. You see them kind of clutching to that sash where like you can see the poppet, like looks like a little person with these little button eyes and such. And it's almost like they didn't even hear your first hail, and they look at you and you can tell that they look tired. They look very tired. They have like dark rings under their eyes. What? I'm sorry. What was your question?
I've just I've taken a cart down the road before for some brewing that my family did. It just everything felt different before.
Different how?
I don't know.
Well, if you can't tell me how it's different, then how can I tell you what's changed then? Now,
I think Dimity would join Mila.
Yeah, and because Mila is looking over, like, for help.
Like, more, like, happy, cheerful. When we've come to town and people say hi and hello and welcome, stranger, and point us in the direction of a place to get food. But we've passed a few people and no one...
I'm sorry we didn't cater to you. I'm sorry that we didn't roll out a proverbial red carpet and start laying all sorts of flags and colourful lanterns. We're busy folk here. We've got lots on our minds. We've got lots to do. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'd better go get the greeting crew together to make sure the next group of strangers coming in to try to tell me what my town is like. And you can see it gets kind of all huffy at that point. Now, good day to you. And starts to wander away.
As he does, I think Mila will say to Dimity, obviously something has happened.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that yes, every place has their own vibe, but my word, just a place to get a drink and sell some wares, you'd usually want to sign up for that.
Observing that interaction, can I try and tune in to my sight a little bit? I'm curious if this is like a genuine like emotion that he's experiencing from like some event that happened, or if there's just something like in the air, some sort of like, you know, maybe nothing specific, but like, is there just like something kind of
fuckery?
Let's do a roll. Let's do a quick roll, quick outcome.
Okay.
To see if you can detect anything beyond the just normal tiredness of hardworking folk.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I will do discern magic and the sight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do maybe well-traveled, just to, like, the vibe I'm used to picking up on people from everywhere I've been.
I think we'll let that go specifically because we've established that you've been here before, so you have something to compare it to.
Yeah.
Is there any
Great.
chance to possibly assist him?
I have no. Yeah, you're another practitioner yourself. Yeah, for
I
sure.
would kind of piggyback with this because Gwylt was actually about to tap you. Like, he's got sense corruption. He might use that to try and help point you in a direction to vaguely assist.
That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. I'll where is the
Meanwhile, Dimity had turned
That's
to
the-
Mila and was like, he mentioned he was going to go get the welcoming, and I thought he was serious for a moment that there was going to be a welcoming committee, and he just wasn't on it. And then I realized that was not actually the case, and he was being quite unwelcoming, actually. But for a moment, I thought, oh, they got a committee for that. We should do that too.
I was in the wrong mode of my character sheet. Okay.
Oh yeah, you had to lock it up.
This,
Yeah.
yeah. Is this a quick roll or a detailed
Quick is
roll?
fine. Yeah, quick will be fine.
Okay. All right. I will roll. Hey, that's not bad.
Okay.
All right.
So I would say that you can tell as you see him walking away that there definitely seems to be a dark kind of cloud over him or dark aura around him. But then I'll say, like, because you rolled so well, as you start to scan, it's not just him. As you start to scan, like, literally everyone here, like, other than yourselves, having just arrived. But it seems like everyone here has some kind of effect that seems to have settled upon their shoulders and on their minds. And those people who are staring, hollowly into the fire, they're not just doing it because they're tired. They're doing it because there seems like there is some strange aura around them kind of weighing them down as well. Yes, there seems to be something afoot.
Okay. And it seems to be kind of like concentrated on people, not just like a fog in the entire area.
It seems it definitely, it doesn't seem like the buildings themselves have any kind of strange auras coming from them or the fog that you guys are moving through. It seems to be more affecting people. Yeah. Animals seem fine, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
Dimity
Yeah, that's
will
kind of
yell after the gentleman. Didn't catch your name though.
And you won't. Me too.
Fair.
Yeah.
that was intentional.
I would say that for those of you who have been here before, there are a couple places of significance. You know that there is the Driftwood Inn is probably the central most social place. The sawmill and the dam, the causeway that you came over, all of that are kind of big landmarks as well. There's a couple of workshops and things like that. A lot of workers out here, not just in terms of taking the raw lumber and timber from the forest, but it's also people who are actually applying it. So plenty of like fletchers and coopers and carpenters and things like that as well. So that does seem to be the predominant industries. Yeah, so what else do you think you might be doing in your arrival? You know something's up, you know something's strange, definitely very curt, kind of rude man, but it also feels like they're being affected by something.
I'm thinking.
I definitely would kind of gossip that to everyone, especially with Gwylt first, because he was lending that in me. Like, what do you think's going on? Like,
I've got a
there's
few thoughts.
Something not right.
I think there's someone's poisoned the water in the hole. No, but that's a pretty reasonable thing to think. There's some sort of water source. Maybe.
I mean, there was one poisons that we came across.
Maybe we look up
earlier.
who sews those sashes or the little puppet thingies. And also, you're a sneaky old bastard. If you think you could sneak off a clip of somebody's hair, I'll munch on it and see if I get anything.
Okay.
Off their hair.
Before we go clipping people's hair, I think we can just try to talk to maybe at least one other person and see maybe somebody at the end.
Good idea. You
I'd
talk
love to
to
see
them,
you do
and then
that.
that will be perfect time for me to clip a bit of their hair while they're distracted.
Yes.
We have
Because
options
they'll be so charmed.
that well, I mean, 0 for 1, but we're gonna keep going. I think the Driftwood Inn is probably a good place for maybe Mila and I can check out what ale is on tap over there and see if we've got some slightly friendlier folks.
Ooh, that's a good point. If it's the drinks, because the animals are fine. And Wellwater
Have
might
we
still be
met
going
any,
to the...
though? You should find a goat and try to pet it and see what happens.
No, I'm not making Biscuit jealous. That's right, you're the only goat for me.
I'm gonna get you a sound library of goat noises that you can put into the game just to...
They're just samples
I love
of-
goats. They're like one of my favorite. They're such a good creature.
love Jessica so much.
Okay, so Driftwood Inn, I heard. Is everyone going, or is that just going to be Dimity and Mila?
It sounds like
I'll
she wasn't
tag along,
inviting anyone else, even though we were like willing to go.
You're just standing
She said
right here.
Dimity and Mila.
Everyone can go. I mean, it seems like there's some plan to surreptitiously cut people's hair. So,
It'll grow back.
Mm-hmm.
off to the inn we go.
Okay, you find it without trouble. Your memory comes back to you, Spoonbill, Mila, having been here before. It's a kind of a rough-hewn timber walls. There, as you go inside, there's all sorts of like antlers and old nets and these carved wooden tokens that you presume probably Spoonbill, Gwylt, some kind of good luck charm kind of deal. The common room, as you enter, it smells of wood smoke and pine resin, and there's this low hearth that is burning. And much like outside in the streets and in various places of commiseration, you can see that those that are sitting here, and there are a dozen to 20 people in here scattered about, these very hollow-eyed looking locals, all of them are clutching their drinks in relative silence. You notice too that the barkeep appears to be a fairly large in body and also in voice, because you can kind of hear her as you walk in. The proprietress seems to be behind a bar cleaning out like some of these steins and such. And there's you can definitely see hunters and fisher folk and woodcutters and such all about here and there. Who would like to take the lead here?
Dimity will
All right, Dimity.
go up to the bar
Okay.
and
Mila goes with.
Okay.
we'd like to get a round for ourselves and our traveling companions.
All right. How many will it be? Is it just the two of you?
5.
5.
And she'll point back
five
as-
meads.
The other ones are coming in.
5 meads it is. Okay then. One moment, please. I could bring him to you if you want. We do that here, We're a proper establishment.
Oh, well, yeah. Just how have things been going? And Dimity will
Do you want me to pour your drinks, or do you want me to have a chat with you? I can't do both at once.
Oh, well, in that case, I suppose we'll sit down then. We'll let you do one thing at a time. We'll talk to you after you bring the drinks over.
That sounds wonderful. Delightful, even. I'll be there in a moment. You start walking away, and you hear her just mutter to somebody, "Oh, outsiders, that's just what we need." Oh. And then the other look, "Yeah, I know what you mean, Nessie. I know what you mean." Yeah. But yeah, a few moments later, she does come back. And, she's got this big old stained apron on and big broad shoulders. And she sets down, she has a tray, she's carrying it, and she sets down these 5 steins of some kind of mead. And she sets it down, this thick, thrashing liquid. Some of it spills over the edge as it sits down. Is there anything else I can get you?
We're new in town, just seeing how things have been going here of late.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you're the second person that we've come across, and so far we're 2 for 2. It seems like everyone is very stressed. Just wonder if something's been going on lately.
Well, what business of it is yours? You just said you arrived. If we've got reasons to be stressed, then what is it your business? You don't live here. You're just passing through. So drink your drink and be on your merry way. What care do you have for what we're going through here? Never cared before, did you?
Sometimes we can help with things. We have skills of various sorts and sometimes wares that we can bring. And if there's something that you're in need of, maybe we can help. That's what neighbors are
you're
for.
Just outsiders wandering into Millside because we're just big bumbling old folk who can't take care of our problems. We need outsiders to take care of it for us. Is that what you're saying?
No, just saying that we're all here to help each other, and sometimes we come seeking help and sometimes we can come and give some help.
All right. Give me a roll to see how this goes. I do.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, is this person behind the bar too, or are they up near
I think they're
us,
delivering
or-
our drinks.
They're by you. She just delivered you your drinks. You guys found yourselves a small little, long table or something like that to sit amongst yourselves. There are 2 things working against you in this case as you start asking her questions and things. So you're actually going to, between a status and a tag, you're going to have -3 coming at you.
And what's she trying to?
-3. No, that's right.
Yeah, I think your question was just you're trying to get a sense of what's been troubling them, what's going on, right? Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. So
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh man, this is end up going to be a bad roll. So I've got my rumor monger, find out the truth, and dispel unwanted rumors. I feel like all of that kind of goes into this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't overplay my weaknesses, but I feel like in this one, invasive busybody.
Okay. I also think you're heralded. Remember, you got that little heralded tag that you've not used as of yet. So I would say if you wanted to use that, that was the thing that you got when you met with Sorobomb outside of the Sunken Tower. Your whole group is here. If anybody else wants to chime in and add something.
I was gonna ask if I might actually. Specifically, I have a tag that is get them to talk. And I think what I'd like to do is build some kind of rapport on food and beverage service.
Okay.
I'm also a brewmaster. My family also, we don't run an inn, but we have a tavern with rooms.
I love how customer service should be performed. That is the way to go. This is not how you treat customers.
I think that sounds perfect. So as you ask, you kind of distract with questions about the brew and about the about her and your tavern, and it just becomes like this professional discourse of people who make drink, and that will help as well. Okay, so you'll get a +1 from Mila. If anybody else wanted to add in, now's the time.
I might try and toss in. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I might try to toss in find insecurities. Because he'll kind of go the opposite angle. She seems pretty grumpy and he loves being good and grumpy, and just kind of he'll let her go the opposite side and just lean into her being surly. And yeah, I know what it's like too. She's always telling me what's wrong with me. I get it.
Okay. I like that. That's good. Yeah. I like the way you flavored that. That sounds great.
Okay. And Jeff, the ones that you added are showing as positive on my end, not negative. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
There's a new thumbs up, thumbs down thing.
All right. And then I added the +2, one from my tray and one from Jeremy. So I'm going to give it a roll.
Okay.
I think all that worked out. So it's a 9.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's a 9.
Okay. Sure. So, okay. So as you all kind of, chat her up a little bit, maybe she gets distracted and disarmed talking about her, like what's in the mead. Oh, bees from the Weald, of course, and we thought about just doing a tavern, but there's folk who come by and so far removed, so we definitely need to have some rooms for folk. And then like Gwylt will chime in with sort of calling out Diminy. It's like, you'd be a busybody, just you maybe drink a mead or two before you start asking me my secrets. You want me to show you my undies and such too. Some things are kept private, You gotta get to know someone first, But after a while, like as you kind of keep her there, no one really calls her away. She says, "Well, if you must know, it's been," and she kind of rubs her temples a little bit. "It's been a trying time of late for everyone. No one's really getting much sleep, you see. And don't go poking around too much. Not everyone's as considerate as I am, But there's been a rash of nightmares, We just keep having them here and there, over and over, And it's folks wake up in the middle of the night and then they start screaming, and the next person in the hut over, they start screaming too, and then no one ever gets any sleep and such. It's just quite troubling, and it's starting to really get to everyone, I think, and some folks they react differently. Some folks, they somnambulate, you see. They get up in the middle of the night and they start wandering around, and the next day we lost some folk in the dark foliage, and we've got to kind of pull them back. Others say they see things, unseen things looking at us through down a dark alleyway here or there, and there's just this, every morning we wake up, we've got this lingering dread on us, It's hard to move throughout the day with this sort of, whatever it is. It's been a trying time of late, It's been a trying time.
Really
All
sorry to
these
hear.
nightmares start at around the same time.
Yeah, it's been going for a wee bit, yeah. It's been a little while now. A few weeks or so, I think. It's just been... She, looks really carefully. Some folks think it's the Via, and they don't want to talk about it, because if they do, it might make them angry even further. Now, you guys would know, Via is a kind of an unseen kind of creature, etc., right?
Okay.
And so, but it's not something we want to say too loud about, because if it's true, if we did anger them for some reason, we don't want to anger them further. You see? That's why we're being a bit on the tight lip, so don't go spreading it around too much, you see. This too shall pass. Hopefully.
It will.
Okay. Now,
I'm going to break in real quick to welcome in some raiders. So we've had a raid from Charmed Fantasy and a raid from Lies You'll Enjoy.
I'll thank both of you. Make sure that if you're in the channel right now, make sure you go follow them. We appreciate the raids. Hope you guys had good games tonight as well. We're playing some Legendinthemist, and we've made it to a very angry town. Very tired sound. So this woman,
Crabby. Everybody's
her
crabby.
name is Nessie Tarnfolk. Nessie Tarnfolk is her name. She says, "Well, if there's nothing else, I really do need to be getting back to work, and if you're hungry, we've got food as well. We've got stew, so if you're hungry, we can get that for you as well. And if you need rooms, somewhere to stay, if you plan on staying there, we do have a pair of them up the stairs. We can get you fitted in, if that's something you care for. All right."
If I could ask really quick, has anyone come and stay since all of this has been happening? Do visitors befall the same lack of sleep?
Well, folk come and go as they do. traders and such, merchants, whoever's on the proper trail at the time. So yes, over time, I don't know. I can't say I asked them directly. It's possible not. Again, we don't really like talking about it too much. You understand? Sometimes when you
Getting
talk
all the
about it,
questions
you
out
just...
here, so we don't have to talk about it.
Sure. I understand what you're saying. It's just, anyway, I've got to get back to work. Is that all right? Can I get back to work, or you're going to pester me some more? Do you want food?
Stew would be fantastic. Thank you.
Stew it is. Thank you, sir, for being direct. All right, a paying customer over here. She gets up, starts huffing away. Okay. And there's other people in the room, obviously, and such, but yeah, she'll step away for a second. And I'll say Spoonbill rolling over, which you kind of rolled outside. You definitely see it in here as well. That same kind of malaise, this weird aura that seems to be sort of lingering over top of all the people within this in this inn.
Okay.
What do you guys like to do? And I should say it's like you guys arrive late afternoon on the verge of evening. So like, the offer of the inn is one you'd probably want to take advantage of at some point, but not just yet if you need to. What else would anybody else be trying to do something inside of the inn here?
I'm curious if what she was saying kind of aligns with any like lore or stories we've heard of before. Is it a thing that people do something that disturbs like a spirit or something like that? And like, is that something we've heard of similar?
Oh yeah, that's not uncommon. It's not necessarily even localized to Millside. Yeah, I mean, you especially, Spoonbill, Gwylt, those of you of practitioners of the old ways and stuff. Yeah, you definitely know that there are creatures of Twilight. They're out there, especially on the edges of the dales, and they can be. Some of them are pure evil. Some of them are more mischief makers, and you anger them or irritate them in some way. Sure, yeah, they can cause some trouble.
Yeah, Gwylt might even pull out his scuffed old tome, and if you're asking about that, he'll probably not getting anything just yet, but he's like flipping through, seeing if there's anything he can like between looking up via or something related to dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say it's probably not anything in that book specifically, but maybe it's something you might be able to tap into and like do some cross-referencing later or whatever. But yeah, but nothing immediately pops out.
Exactly.
To say it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Slag, you've been kind of quiet. You got some stew. Maybe she comes over. She just plops it down a little bit, spills over. There's your stew, and then she starts wandering back. Is there anything Slag would like to do?
Yeah. At some point, probably after he's eaten his stew, because priorities, he would just casually ask around people at the inn, not necessarily prying questions, but is there a local authority? Is there a leader of the town? Just like, is there someone who's in charge if there were any problems? He doesn't necessarily say that part, but he's asking for, like, is there someone we could talk to?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that necessarily would cause any particular terrible things. Like, they'll say, you'll get some folks. You could talk to the wise one, Pablo. There's red marshals here and there from time to time. I'm not sure if there's any here now. There's the skulkers. If you got interest in the forests, you got Merrick. You've got Fontrail, and if you're brave enough to go out into the Aldenweald to find her, there's Riva, who's probably the best of them all. But good luck finding her. And everyone kind of chuckles and like looks down because they realize that's a dangerous thing to do. But in terms of like mayor or sheriff kind of deal, like no, it's more like they kind of police themselves, and the red marshals will come by if there's some sort of necessary banditry thing. So they kind of come and go. They don't say that there are any currently in Millside right now though. But that Fablo Roots name pops up again. That's the second time you heard it from Rosamund, obviously.
He would thank them and buy them another round of mead, and then head back to the table and share the information.
All right. So those of you who have ordered stews have gotten them. You've eaten through them. Taste fine. There's a blandness to them. Probably the meat tastes fine as well. Everything tastes fine, but it doesn't taste like it was made with love. It tastes like it was made with annoyance. So you ever eaten
Just a little bitter
meal
aftertaste
made by somebody who was very annoyed that they had to make it? That's what it tastes like.
Very nostalgic.
You know.
The guilt after the meal.
Okay, so with that in mind, if you want to linger here and try to poke around and ask some more questions, either of Nessie or of the folk around here, you're welcome to. But you're also welcome to slip off and go other places. You're not obligated in town to necessarily stay together. I'm fine to treat the town as one big scene and pop around. So if you guys wanted to split off, again, it's late afternoon and getting into evening. Fog is rolling in, as I was saying before. So there's a little bit of light left, but not much.
I mean, if
I
everybody
would advocate for getting the rooms, securing the rooms here at the inn, so that we have a place to sleep, because it seems like, sleeping here might be a good idea to figure out, if it affects people or not. And then he would say that we should go walk around a bit while there's still a little bit of light and try to, see who we can talk to.
And I would say that Dimity, when we get to that place where we're wandering around, she wants to see what kind of artisans there are. So if there's a fellow needleworker or some other type of artisan, because if something weird is going on, then we might see it in kind of pieces that they've created or something like that.
Okay. So if you leave and you're trying to go find, like, you'll find some shops kind of all sort of sorted together. You've got folks working on various things, a lot of woodworking going on of various kinds. But yeah, you could find a needleworker or a tailor of some kind, someone who stitches together things and leathers and cloths and such. That's no problem. What about, where's everybody else going? Let's get a lay of where everyone goes. So we'll say, don't worry about getting your rooms. Your rooms will be there waiting for you. That's not an issue. Where would everybody like to go? Let's just go around. So, Gwylt, where do you think you would be headed?
I mean, if people are talking about nightmares and that sort of nonsense, I want to go find this Fablo. So
Okay.
I want to go to sleep
Perfect.
in a nightmare
I'm
town
gonna
without
go
talking
with-
to her.
Because
Yeah.
that's where I wanted to go to.
That's also who I was curious about too.
Bottom row's going to Fablo. Slag, where do you think you're going to head to?
If Dimity's going to talk to artisans, he'll go with.
Okay, so we'll split up into two, and we'll kind of pop back and forth. Let's start with Dimity, Slag, and Slag. You kind of go over into this area where you can see a lot of these workers, their artisans, are packing their things up. They're doing it slowly. They're doing it clumsily. They're regularly dropping their tools and picking it back up. You hear like a curse kind of shouted here and there at maybe an apprentice who did something wrong, and there's a lot of, like, you can definitely tell there's a tension that's lingering. But Diminy, if you're looking specifically for a needleworker, yeah, you can find Run. And so, yeah, you're able to find a small shop, very small. You open up the door and you can see there's this older woman, big curly, kind of curly looking, almost reddish with streaks of gray in it here and there. And she's got all sorts of bandages on her fingers, and like she has been recently constantly pricking herself with her needles because of some impatience, perhaps. And then you see like a young little boy in the corner who is just holding on to what looks like some thread with a very fearful look in his face, as he's maybe been the subject of some scorn. And as you open the door, there's a little bell that rings, and the woman, what?
Oh, yes. Good evening.
Yes, emphasis on evening. Why are you coming here? We're just closing down.
Oh, yes. We just happened to arrive. I was wondering if I could...
I don't need your life story. Just tell me why you're here. Oh gosh. Oh, Jiminy, what's wrong with you? God, hold on to the thread properly. Yes, Grandma.
Oh, well, my Sasha could perhaps help with that, and Sasha is good with carrying a lot in cleanup duty. So she'll sort of scoot Sasha to help the little one with kind of cleaning up things. I'm a fellow needleworker myself. Was just
Oh, you're coming to take my shop, are you? Oh, little
no.
competition. You're here to taunt me. I suppose you're gonna say you're better than me. Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh, and she's like looking up and down at your clothes. Did you make that? Did you really make that? Oh, goodness.
Well, yes, in fact, I did. Just always like to.
It's quite nice, but I'm not happy about it.
Well, thank you, and yours is as well. Quite lovely. I always
It's kind of you to say, but I'm not happy about that either.
Sure. And so she's gonna try to make her face a little frowny to sort of like match this woman's vibe. But I do, when I go places, like to see, what's the latest that's being made. Just wondering if you have something new, and wondering if there's like
I'm making sheets.
embroidered.
Can you not
pillow
tell what
or
a sheet is? It goes on a bed where I'd like to try to get some sleep, and you keep talking. Do you want to buy a sheet? Because I've got them. If you want a sheet, I'll get you a sheet.
Just wondering if you have a design that you've made recently or something.
Yes, I call this flat. Take a look at it. It's nice. It's naked. It's perfect. Okay, you put it on your bed, right, and then you lay on top of it so you don't get itchy.
Yes, they're very, very handy.
Do you not have sheets wherever you come from? What part of the Dales you from? You sound like, I can recognize that accent. You're Ravensdale, aren't you? You backwater folk. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
You probably sleep on leaves and rocks.
No, have some sheets, though. I've been traveling a lot, so less sheets, more bedroll. But not getting a lot of sleep these days?
No, I'm not getting a lot of sleep. No one's getting a lot of sleep, okay? Part of the reason we're not getting sleep is because we've got folk like you coming in here right before we're about to close. What kind of person goes into a shop right as it's closing? Oh my god, the temerity of you. Honestly.
One of those things the character does that the player doesn't do. Well, we're here, so...
What do you want?
I'm sorry, could I...
Is there a smith nearby?
A smith? It's over by Jarko's place, the other side of the Cooper. But be careful around that suspicious folk. That sly little. He's hiding something. I know he is. He's got something.
So I go out and I take a left or a right?
You take a right. Yes.
Right. And Slag leaves and immediately jogs out the door.
Timothy just looks at Slag like she was about to get some help, and then he just goes bounding out the door.
Are you going with your husband or what? Are they staying here? What is it?
Oh, we are not together. No, we're this group of us that are traveling. You know what?
For the good of the lady, could you please just place an order so I can get on with it now?
Yes, sure. How about were you making those sheets for someone, or are those for general sale?
It's a statement. It's not a question. All right. When you order something, you don't just say, what about this? You say, I would like this. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Simple, Jiminy. It's simple, Grandma.
Sure, and she'll have a apron that needs mending or something that she'll.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Give yourself a status of a little short, on funds, of one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So she'll grab it. I thought you're order on. Why am I fixing this for you? You couldn't fix it yourself. You got to make me do it. You got to let me stay longer than I want to. You got to keep me from my bed. Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, God. Here.
And it's covered in blood now from.
As she's finishing the apron, I'd like to say, if this is okay with you, Slag runs back in, and he says, I noticed that you seem to be poking yourself quite a bit with that needle. I went to the forge. He wasn't there, but I used my own metal, so I think it should be fine. My own hammer, even. I just needed his anvil, really. Here, and he hands her like this makeshift thimble that he just made. You put it over your finger, and a needle, when you go through and you try to you can't poke your finger through it.
Make a roll. Give yourself. You can. I'll say you can use some of your smithing stuff, since this is specifically the act of creating something, and we'll just kind of wrap it together. Usually we would do like a prep roll for this, but we'll do it all at once.
Sorry.
And Dimity, if you wanted to contribute something as well, because you have really been working on her.
I am contributing Sasha. Like Sasha clean up duty and can carry a lot, so Sasha's helping the little one.
Let's do that. That sounds perfect.
Sorry, am I stealing the roll from you, Mel? I'm not trying to.
No, go for it. You're good.
Okay, so I would say blacksmith, good quality ore, and inventive. Thinking of like a way to prevent her from poking herself.
And then you can take Sasha. However,
Sasha.
So are you just? So let's figure out what are you looking to get out of her? Let's make that clear first. So what do you want from her right now?
Slag is looking to make her much more hospitable to Dimity's questions. Like, we were imposing on her, so if we can find a way to make her life easier in the future, it makes us less of an imposition.
Okay, so I'm going to take off.
Looking a little more on the nightmare stuff, because she mentioned not being able to sleep, so I think that's the thread that she's pulling with her.
Okay, so you are going to go that, okay, then I'm going to put it back on.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. All right, so that same -3 that you had elsewhere is what's coming at you. All right, give it a roll, and I would say do a tract this time around, because then you can spend power to perhaps make some discoveries and things like that.
And I get questions. 1 from Sasha, you said, right?
That's correct.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm rolling with power 1 right now.
Oh, looks good, man.
Okay, there we go.
Nice roll.
That is an 11.
Okay, so you had a total power of 1. You can optionally take a consequence to get a second power if you wanted to. If you wanted to perhaps ask 2 questions, but right now you have power 1 to spend if you wanted to try to use that to discover a valuable detail of some kind. But again, you could, if you like, you can take a consequence, and then that'll give you a second power.
I'll defer to Mel on this because she really was driving the conversation. So, like, what would your question be? And I don't mind taking a consequence if you got a second question.
I would be good with discover a valuable detail with that power.
Wait, what I'm saying is do you want a second one? Like right now you have enough to buy 1 valuable detail, but do you want to take an optional consequence to have to get 2, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as you're okay taking
maybe something about like how I was seen going into someone else's smith when I wasn't supposed to, or something along those lines, or just suggesting. It's whatever you want.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Give yourself something like, I don't know, like suspicious, or like draw a suspicion, something like that.
Yeah.
And we'll make it a tag, or excuse me, make it a status. Draw a suspicion 1, so like he light still. Okay. Okay, so since you've been kind of drilling her a little bit on the nightmares and stuff like that, well, if you must know, I haven't been sleeping. No one's been sleeping. We all keep getting these dreams, you see. Nightmares, you might call them. And they're not very nice is what they're not, you know, and they keep us up and they wake us up and then they get folks to be doing different things and that. I woke up and I saw Jiminy here. He was having them. He nearly jumped down the well while he was sleepwalking out in the middle of town. You know, a friend of mine just outside of Millside, across the causeway, she nearly set her whole little hut on fire. You know, she didn't even realize it. Knocks the lantern clean over. Yes. It's awful. But I tell you this, I can tell you exactly who it is. That's the problem here.
Ooh.
It's that Jarko fella, the Cooper, you know, just a few doors down. You went right past his shop there, Mr.
Slag.
Your husband went Slag, yes, Mr. Slag, Mr. and Mrs. Slag. Now, I can tell you for certainty, that folk,
he has been acting so suspicious, even more than you. And he's been very unhappy. Even before we started getting all these nightmares and such, he was acting suspicious. And now it's just getting worse and worse. He's up to something. I can tell you that. He's up to something. So you want to go asking anyone questions, you'll be asking him. That's what you should do. All right. Now, here's your apron. She holds it up, and it's just got all her fingerprints of blood, like, all over the place.
Oh, gosh.
Just it's me to your approval, Miss Taylor of Ravensdale.
Dimity, yes, and it's, lovely, thank you. It's not gonna fall off.
I even put a
now.
design on it, you see? Here, I put a few more. There we go. Oh, it's like tears or something.
That's just great. And look, Sasha, you've gotten all of that spooled back up again. You're so helpful, Sasha.
And let me know how that
Thanks.
finger shield works. If it needs to be bigger or smaller, I can resize it for you too. We're staying at the inn. You can send someone to find me. I'll be right over.
All right. Maybe tomorrow I'll give it a try. But I'm done for tonight. I'm not making nothing else. I'm gonna go try to get some sleep. I'm gonna get good and solid drunk. And that'll probably get me to sleep.
Excellent plan.
Good
Now
plan.
get out.
Good night.
Get out. Oh, goodness, I can't stand it. And then the door closed. We'll cut over to Gwylt and Spoonbill and Mila. And we find them, after maybe getting pointed this way or that by a few folks, standing outside of what looks like a workshop. Very modest looking dwelling. It's like maybe half workshop, half home. You can see there's bundles of dry herbs and stuff hanging from various eaves and such. And you can see that there is like a line of folk that are coming outside the door. The door is open and there's maybe about 5 people in a line. And as you walk up, you see one of them comes out and they're clutching one of those poppets. And they kind of push on. And after a moment, you hear a voice from inside. It's a man's voice. And he says, "All right, folks. I think that's it for today. Everyone go home. Go back to your homes. I'll be open again at sunrise. I'll help you then. I'm really very tired. I need to get some sleep, if you don't mind." "We don't mind, Fablo. Come on. You know what's going to happen. We're going to go back to our homes, and if I don't got your protections, I could be out in the old world, and you might never find me again. Oh, my daughter just the other day, I found her lying down in a field filled with pigs and such. I don't want that to happen again." "It's not going to I think she was just wandering. It's fine. She's fine. I need more time. Oh, goodness gracious. This is I can't believe it. Lady. Oh, God." And you see everyone starts, clamoring and such. But eventually, they do, bugger off a bit. And you see standing in the doorway, on the verge of closing the door, is a middle-aged man, kind of dark hair, a little gray on the sides, but definitely kind of a black hair, darker complexion. And he looks up at you and says, I'm sorry. I've got no energy in me. I've got to rest. I can't do any more tonight. Come back in the morning and I'll see to you whatever your needs are. No problem."
We just need to speak for a few seconds. Rosamund sent us.
"Rosamund? Oh, and he's, yeah, come inside. Oh, you've any friends of Rosamund? Oh, gosh, you're a sight for sore eyes. Please come in, and my eyes are very sore, and my hands are sore, and my back is sore, and, well, pretty much everything on me is sore."
Just sit. We can stand. It's fine.
And you go inside and you can see that there is the centerpiece is this big cluttered table, and there's all these half-finished poppets. There's smudges of ash, and there's scraps of bark and such, which have partially carved protective markings that maybe Gwylt or Spoonbill might recognize here and there. Pretty standard practitioners of old ways stuff. Stuff that maybe that you don't necessarily know exactly what to do with them, but you've seen others have made it, and they have some kind of protective quality. And he just slumps down into a chair. "Oh, could Rosamund not come herself?"
she was having some trouble. I think her.
There's a lot of trouble going around. I understand that feeling. But I hope she's all right. She's a lovely old woman. I've learned everything I could from her. She taught me everything she was willing to teach me, but I know there's some things that she wasn't. But that's all right. That's all right. Anyhow, thank you for coming. Thank you so very much. We're in a spot of trouble out here. I'm going to be blunt with you. Things are quite. We're in a bad state. How long have you been here? Have you felt it? Have you seen it?
We just arrived, but if you're referring to people being in bad moods and underslept and overworked and overstressed,
Yeah.
yes, we have seen that.
It took me a lifetime of eating roots and mud to be that pissy. These people are just in a bad way.
Roots could be very nutritious, but why would you eat mud?
I don't.
That's just
If I
dirt
can get by
with
on
water
eating
on it.
It's the whole curse eating thing. If I can get by with eating it instead of taking the life of something else, why not?
I suppose I can't think that there's anything of substance in mud, though. Whatever, we're not talking about your dietary practices. Folks here aren't overworked, we're just underslept. No one slept and it seems had a good night's sleep in weeks, it might have been.
Did something happen
Nessie
weeks ago?
told us about nightmares?
Nightmares, yes. I'm surprised you got that out of folk. Everyone's very tight-lipped around here. There's superstitious people. They think it's the VA out in the Alden Weald. Curse them, or not cursed in the sense that you would understand cursing, sir, as he looks towards Gwylt, recognizing the look of one such as yourself, but more of a punishment, perhaps. For what? I couldn't tell you. I haven't had time to investigate it. It's just been one person after another coming by needing this protection, that protection. I got to make the puppets, I got to make the scribblings, I got to go and cleanse the houses with sage and whatnot. It's just, I don't have an assistant, and it's normally not like this at all. It's normally quite fine and lovely out here, but no, of late it's just been, everyone's tired. Everyone's so very tired. And if anyone's been snapping at you, I'll tell you this, that's a commonplace at this point, so don't take it personal.
Is it always nightmares, even if you sleep during the day, or if people pass out anywhere? Or?
And from what I've heard from folk coming to see me, it's always the nightmares. That's why I'm giving them the puppets. They sleep with them, like they're some children. You got the toughest looking fella and the big broad shoulders. Even Nessie over at the end. They look tough as nails, but even the two of them are just cuddling up, Oh goodness. No, it's always
having the same nightmare.
Well, no one shares fully, but there's a few common things, of course. It's sometimes it's something in the foliage, they're dreaming that they're on the edge of the forest and something's looking out at them. Sometimes something's beckoning them inside. Sometimes there's a presence in the room. Sometimes we find folk wandering, and they just sleepwalk throughout the night. It's always dreadful, though, fear, anxiety, that sort of thing. No one's been, too terribly injured yet. A couple twisted ankles, a broken nose, that sort of thing from wandering too far into the wrong place. But most of it's just, it's mood, can't concentrate. Everyone's just struggling, you see. And even this, and he gestures to the table. If I had a good night's sleep, I could power through this, but even I'm not immune to it either.
We should know we are asking all of these questions because we have every intention of helping you investigate.
Oh, I very much could use it. I need to finish these charms tomorrow, but if...
These are protection pieces?
of a sort, but they're not working. But people still want them. So, if you could,
As if it's a superstitious town.
Well, superstitions. One person's superstition is another person's way of life. So just be a little careful about how we go putting that word out there. You know.
It's a pretty big
Walking
town.
around with a curse eater for crying out loud, judging the way we do things.
Fair enough.
This town been grown?
Okay, let's do it one at a time. Start, Joe. Let's start with Joe because I know Joe and my Trey are talking at the same time. Start with Joe, and then we'll go over to Gwylt.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Spoonbill.
I guess a question I had for him is if there was any sort of common wanderings, if people were always like going towards the edge of the forest, or if they were trying to just do things that they did in their day, or like if there's any sort of commonality there.
Most folks, they're near they're near the wood. You know, that's what it is. Some folks, we catch them before they get there, but you know, I mean, it's hard not to find it. You know, it's just there across the river there. So it's, but yeah, that's why everyone thinks that it's something out there that might have been causing what's going on in here, but who knows what that could be.
You guys ever do anything out there? Like, is there any sort of like logging, anything that you guys
Of course.
or happens out there?
Yes, of course there are. It's just part of that's you're in Woodin, sir. It's Millside. It's there in the name, Mill. So, you know.
I guess anything that like different that's happened recently. I'm trying to find
we don't go deep,
incident.
of course. We stay on the edges, of course. We're respectful. We only take what we need. You know, we have a
Okay.
well, in terms of something that's different, I don't think so. I don't think the sawmill has changed any of their practices. I have heard that old Zarko, the Cooper, apparently he's been acting suspicious, but I don't know. He's kind of an adult of a man. I don't think he probably did anything. But maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Everyone's suspicious of everyone at this point.
Fair enough.
Gwylt, what were you going to say?
That already kind of ties in with what I was going to ask about. Like if there was a new place that logging had been happening or something of that nature.
I'm curious too, kind of passively, if while he's talking, I don't want to try and give off the impression that I like doubt his poppets or anything, but I want to see if I'm getting any sort of like positive energy from his poppets.
Sure. Yeah, I would say no roll. I don't think so. He's not obscuring it or hiding it, but yeah, you definitely get the sense that his task is his craft seems to be the construction of these little trinkets and things and imbuing them with some kind of words and such. So yeah, you certainly see an incomplete, a faint aura on some of these things on the table. But it doesn't seem like nothing. It doesn't seem like, it's like he's not a charlatan or anything like that.
Right. So they are real. They're just not powering through whatever is going on.
That's what it seems like, yeah. And some of these might not even be complete, it looks like. You can see like there's some of the poppets haven't been fully sewn up and all sorts of things like that.
Sure. Okay. What was the name that he mentioned?
Jarko the Cooper.
Everybody's pointing us in the direction of Jarko.
It's true. Okay.
Poor Jarko.
So Fablo, he'll say, and if you need a place to stay, there's the Driftwood Inn. Nessie over there, she always keeps a few rooms open. So I would say don't go out into the wood at night, and don't go out into the wood just yet, of course. I'm sure there's plenty of questioning and looking around here, I would say, but if you do end up poking around, daytime is better. And be careful how far you go. There's things in the wood that, they're dangerous, is what I'm saying. This far afield on the Dales,
I don't know where all of you are from, per se. Ravensdale, perhaps, but when you're this close to the edge, strange things can come across, and there's a creature or two of twilight moving about, that sort of thing. So just be careful.
Noted.
Oh, is there anything else I can do for you tonight? I really could get some sleep right now. I'll try anyway.
I suppose if we're poking around or we're going out into the woods, if there's anything you need us to pick up while about, and even if it's nondescript or whatever, but we could keep an eye out for things to help with your craft.
Well, for me, no, I'm not much of an alchemist by trade or an herbalist of that sort. That's not really my practice, my craft. But if you see, maybe she'll mention like a few different plants, but they're less about like mixing and more about like stitching and construction and fibers and things like that. But even still, that's not a priority. I appreciate the offer, but we really need to help these people. Okay.
I can't say I know what to do for folks with nightmares, but if you know of somebody who's afflicted worse than others, I'd volunteer to help as best I can, but I don't know.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr.
Oh, Gwylt. I'm sorry, and thank you for your time.
Of course. No, I can't think of anyone who has reported anything worse than anyone else. It's all been pretty consistent. Strange dreams, that is. No. If someone comes by, though, and they do, every day, every hour, over and over, if I hear anything, I will let you know.
Or if you just need somebody to curse at him and scare him away, we can do that too.
Well, normally we're very kind and welcoming place. It's taken a bit of a toll on us.
Well, that's fine. You stay kind and I'll be the asshole.
Well, I would just say be careful. You're dealing with a lot of woodcutters. There's a lot of axes and saws here, and they know how to use them.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, have a good evening. Get some rest. You're going to need it. And if I can help at all, don't hesitate to come back. I'll pause the workshop if you need me.
Very kind of you.
All right.
I think we'll head back to the inn.
Okay, so we'll fade out of that scene. You guys start walking over to the inn. It's nighttime now. It's evening. Most people are starting to drift back to their homes, but there's people out still. Lights are on, lanterns, shutters. Some of them are being closed. Some of them are still open. You hear conversations and such. So Dimity and Slag, will come back to you. You had just left the this needleworker's place. What do you think the two of you would do next?
So, I know you got us the rooms for us to stay in tonight, but maybe we skip sleeping and just kind of see what everybody does tonight?
You want to stay up and watch the town?
Yeah. How else are we going to get information about what's happening?
I suppose I can understand that.
I also don't really want to have a nightmare before I have to have a nightmare, so maybe if I'll hold off a little bit for that.
Where do you think we should be watching? She mentioned Jarko the Cooper.
Yeah, maybe, well, we don't know where he lives.
Well, he's right down this way. I passed it on the way to my smithy. On the way to the smithy.
Oh, well then maybe we should kind of hang out close by?
And she also mentioned, it may not have meant anything, but she said the child, Jiminy, he almost fell into a well. Well, we're worried about water.
So we should post up guard by the well? Maybe the well's close by? Or we should look at the well?
It wouldn't hurt to look at.
Okay. It's probably not too far away. Probably somewhere near center of town. But
So
All-nighter.
by
Yes, we're agreed.
Cooper. Yes,
Okay.
agreed.
Okay, so you walk by the Cooper, you said? You see that there is a lantern on. The doors are closed, but there is lantern light flooding out from the shutters, and so you can see there does seem to be somebody there.
Are we knocking, Slag? Saying hello?
We could. Would it be better if we just watch and see if something happens tonight?
And Dimity's always up for chatting with someone. Fine.
So we knock.
I guess we can talk tomorrow. And then she'll look mischievously at the door. Or we see if he's in. And Dimity will go knock on the door.
Yeah, so you knock on the door. Moment or two later, it opens up like a little crack, and you can see the face of a middle-aged man or so, fairly big nose, kind of bushy eyebrows and such, and you can definitely tell hasn't shaved in quite some time, but doesn't have like a proper beard. The inside smells very much of like oils and woods, and you can even see like here on the right outside, like on this like little porch like place, there's all sorts of like barrels and staves that are kind of stacked haphazardly. It definitely looks very poorly organized and in a bit of disarray, which for both of you being craftsfolk, like just looking at this is not a well-tended space. So whoever is keeping this space is probably either just disorganized in general or is going through some things. But he opens the door crack and he says, "I'm sorry, we're closed for the night. If you need a barrel or work done, you can come back in the morning."
Oh, yes, I was looking for a barrel done. I'll come back in the morning, but you have availability, right? Like, you'll be able to take on another job?
Yeah, I'll be here, I think. Yes.
You think you'll be
Well,
here?
I might not be.
Why would you not be here?
Well, what I mean is, I'll probably be here, but if I'm not here, maybe it's best you tell me what you need now, and
Where would you be if you're not here? Should we go find you somewhere?
well, I could be in the woods where I could be. It could be coming for me. Is where I could be. I could be gone. I don't know. It's just like in the night. I could just get up and leave. It could call me into the darkest recesses. The Green Lady. If that's what she wants. If she wants me there, then I guess I gotta go. Yes. But maybe I'll be here. So. What is it that you need?
The Green Lady, is that a tavern or a bar nearby?
Oh, what? No, it's not a tavern. That's the Driftwood. No, it's just someone is all, anyway.
Someone special?
Well,
She
not
calls
like
to you to
that.
go?
Whoa, hello! Don't be speaking about her like that. That's indecent. No.
I didn't mean anything by it. I don't know who she is.
Maybe I should go. I'm sorry. I should go. I definitely should go. I should go. Yes.
Do you need a tea or something? I wouldn't mind if you want to take a load off. I'll set you up with a nice tea. And
All right, it's my fault. Okay, enough for the interrogations. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I said it. All right, I'm sorry. And he just starts weeping right there.
And Dimity's gonna try to do the thing where she kind of like trying to gently sort of like go in his house, see if I can put a kettle on and just try to be calming and reassuring.
He's just like weeping into his hands. And you easily push past him into his very messy house and are able to find a tea kettle and
just
get stuff going.
Get you some tea. And then she's just sort of like looking to Slag to sort of keep the conversation going as she's like kind of getting tea and tidying up a little bit.
And Slag just kind of awkwardly like reaches an arm out, like fully extended, not getting that close, and just like taps on the shoulder, like, it'll
and he just turns and gives you a full hug, and he starts crying into your shoulder. It's my fault. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
What's your fault? What did you do?
The nightmares. It's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't. Oh,
How is it your fault?
I didn't want. I ruined the whole town.
What did you do? What happened?
I made her angry, I suppose. I've been for years now. Every moon I would head off into the wood, and I'd make an offering to her, polite like, respectful, reverent even.
As you do with a lady, absolutely.
Exactly. I'm sure you and your wife here, yes, I'm sure you would know about it, of course. So every year she's got an altar deep in the forest. You see, yeah, most folk don't like going that far, but some of us know the way. Anyhow, it's an altar. It's a green, leafy woman. You see, it's why I call her the Green Lady, and I just give her the offering because I want to maintain goodwill. I don't want the Via to be upset. I don't want them to do anything untoward and indecent towards Millside. I even saw her one time. I saw her. She was glorious. But this time, just a few weeks past, I suppose I made a blunder. I put some food that I foraged in the Holden Weald. I put it in the offering, and I guess this means that I broke the truce or something. I don't.
Because it was foraged food?
It's because I took it from her weald, and then I put it, and I guess maybe she thinks I'm taunting her, I took something from her, and now I'm flaunting it in front of her.
If you've been doing this for months and months, I'm sure she knows you better than that. She knows that there would be...
Who would know if a fella like me? But it's the only thing that makes sense, It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that's changed, really. I can barely look at folk. Oh, they can see right through me. I can tell they know it's me. They know, I've ruined it. I've ruined the truce, and now I'm in the side. We're gonna... The wheel's going to hit us. We're going to have to wander away. We're going to find somewhere. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry.
And he continues to break down.
It's okay. We'll get to the bottom of this. You said you saw the Green Lady. When was that?
Oh, hell, that was a long time. A year, perhaps, ago. Yes, it's just... beautiful she was,
Did she say anything to you?
No, not really, no. It's just a feeling, I knew she was watching me, and I thought she was pleased with what I was doing, so I kept doing it, and I guess I've made a terrible mistake, and now I've ruined everything, is what I've done. I've ruined everything.
I'm sure that is not what happened at all, as Slag just tries to create some extra space between them. It sounds like that's just mistake, coincidence. This is probably something else that happened, and who knows, maybe there's someone else who caused it and they feel just as guilty as you do right now.
You think so?
I mean, it could be.
You don't think so? It's definitely my fault.
Well, no, I'm not saying I don't think so. Or I do think so.
But maybe we can do like another altar, like a double offer. So if we had
go out there, that's
absolutely
yes. Okay. Yes, that could work. You could go out there. You could give her an offering. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, both of you. Oh, come here.
He pulls both of you into like a big hug.
Oh, I appreciate. Oh, thank you so much. You're gonna save us. Oh, goodness. I can tell you where to go. Oh. It's not a problem, except for the fact that the weald is kind of, it's tricksy. It's tricksy. It plays tricks on you, you know. Have you ever been there before? No, you haven't. You don't go
Well,
there.
you could show us.
No, I can't go out there.
with you.
No, of course I can't. Are you crazy? I've already offended her so much. Just stepping foot back in there again. This is why she's going to bring the whole forest down upon us. No, it's best I stay away.
To be the one to do it so that you can make
I
the
am going
apology.
to insist.
Otherwise, it won't work.
I can't
make amends.
possibly do it.
You
No.
mess something up, you make amends. You do
No.
it the both. You do both.
I think I've done enough, you know? I think I've done enough. This sounds like the task, for heroes like yourself, not for me. No, I'm liable to just screw it up again and make her even more angry, you know? No, but I can tell you where to go, and if you can go find Riva. She knows how to get there too, but you know, she knows the Weald like the back of her hand. The best,
She's
you
one
know,
of the
the
sculptors,
best.
right?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. She's the best of them, really. You know, she doesn't really live in town though. She lives, if you can believe it, out in the wood itself. You know, so if you can find her, you know, I'm sure that'll work. You know.
So go in the wood, see Riva, see the Green Lady, fix everything up.
Oh goodness. Yes, can I offer you all some tea?
And Dimity and Sasha have been like hard at work while this conversation is happening because again, Sasha is great at cleanup duty. So like, I'd like to imagine like while this conversation is happening, like every time we sort of pan a little bit, it's like everything is now like spick and span and there's now like a stew on and like the tea is like ready to go. Like in the time that this conversation has happened. Just
Veritable
presenting him
feast
with-
over here. Oh, I didn't even realize I made all of this. I'm usually not that good of a host, you see. Oh,
We got it taken care of. You seemed like you could use a helping hand or four.
well, I'm most grateful. You're gonna save the village. Oh, goodness, they're not gonna string me up. Oh, goodness. Okay. And then he'll sort of kind of try to tell you how to find the altar, but it's very complicated. And it's like landmarks
Left at a
and
big tree.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of got this feel of it's hard to really, but you kind of have a general idea, but at the same time he stresses like you don't want to go out, you know, it's a difficult place. It plays tricks on you is what it does.
Yeah.
It's playful. And so we'll say you guys drink some tea, he cries a little bit more, is there anything else that you would want to talk to him about?
I don't think so. Because it sounds like he hasn't been out there after he thought he messed up. What do you usually put in the offering then? If it's not things from the Weald, what did you usually put in your offerings?
it's just what we grow around here, little things, little trinkets and things like that, you know. Stuff of nature, you know, some little bit of flower petals and some beautiful pebbles and things like that, you know, things that she would like, you know. That lets her know that we're taking care of the land, you know. You know.
Okay. Well, I think we've maybe set you up for the night. I can't guarantee that tonight is going to be any better since we won't go out at night, but we will get on this tomorrow.
Oh, you are lifesavers, you are. You're lifesavers.
Don't go anywhere because I do need a new barrel, so don't go anywhere tonight.
Oh, I've got a few, like I got this one I was working on today, and he picks it up and he puts it on the table and it completely falls apart immediately. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't even do my job anymore. Oh, goodness. I'll fix it up tomorrow.
It's not a rush job. But just don't go anywhere tonight.
No, I won't. I tie myself to the bed. I've got a belt over there, leather strap, you'll see, just to be sure. Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan. Well, you enjoy the rest of your stew, and we will give you an update hopefully tomorrow.
Well, I look forward to hearing it. And good luck, and don't forget, you seek out Riva now. I don't want to you all getting lost out there. I don't want that on my conscience. Okay, that's bad enough as it is.
How do you get to Riva's? And so we'll get the
I don't know
instructions
where
to
she's at.
Riva's. Oh.
Just talk to the skulkers. One of them probably knows.
Well, where do we find the skulkers? Which direction?
Oh, I don't know that either. They're around town somewhere. Maybe over in the driftwood.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where we
They
got
don't
rooms,
like
but we're not going to sleep. But we got rooms there.
Well, good night to you then. Or not night, or whatever. Well, anyhow, but thank you. Thank you so much. One more hug, please. And he kind of brings you, and he pulls Sasha into it. Oh, thank you. So your old lady sent you. She sure did. She must have. Oh, gosh, bless her. And then, yeah, we'll fade from that scene. Should we pick back up on the driftwood with you all coming back together?
Makes sense.
Does that sound good? Okay. We'll say you guys meet back up. Probably the bottom row here. Gwylt, Spoonbill, Mila. Maybe you get there a little first. You get pointed to your rooms, get yourself settled. And shortly thereafter, here comes Slag, and here comes Dimity. The common room is still open, although there's fewer and fewer people. Like when the three of you came in, there were maybe 8 or 9 people. When Dimity and Slag, there's maybe 4 or 5, and you can tell things are dying down for the night, but not completely done. But all of you, I'll say, are now in your rooms, kind of split between 2 rooms, but we can say you're grouping up somewhere. And what are you guys discussing? What are you talking about right now in this little debrief?
Definitely fill them in on.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you can go.
No, I think we're probably about to say the same thing you would.
Yeah. I was just gonna say we fill them in on what we learned about the trinket maker and how their trinkets just haven't been effective, and everyone's been kind of plagued by it, and that they think that Jarko might be related, and that we're planning on talking to him tomorrow, unaware that you guys have already talked to him.
We already talked to Jarko, and he might be he didn't cause it. He thinks that he gave a poor offering to a local spirit or goddess, the Green Lady, and he thinks that it was a bad offering and that she has cursed the town. It seemed a little far-fetched. The reason he's been acting so suspicious is because he's just racked with guilt.
Even the needleworker. Jeff, did we get a name for the needleworker? By the way, Jiminy was the boy.
You never asked her.
A name for what was her name?
I have a name for her, but you never asked.
You old broad.
I assumed it was Jag and Jiminy.
She even thought that he'd been acting suspicious before the nightmare started. So whatever happened with the offering, he was acting suspicious before the nightmare started, but he thinks it's related to him. But he thinks that we should try to talk to some skulkers that might be here to help us find Riva, to help us find the altar for the Green Lady.
Is the Green Lady someone that's familiar to either of you? She asked Spoonbill and Gwylt.
But no one here being a woodender, none of you, I don't think any of you would be familiar.
No, I mean,
Didn't
a
we hear
story
from
like
the
that
bartender
makes
earlier
sense.
that there was an unseen creature that people don't want to upset?
The Vi.
Yeah, the Via.
The Via. And so is the Via the same name that we just got for the Green Lady?
Via is not so much a name of an individual person, but more a category of things. Kind of like creatures of Twilight and everything, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
That like Fae-like type creatures, or
I mean, that's a decent comp. Yeah, it's a little different in Legendinthemist. The lore of Legendinthemist is a little different. But yeah,
Maybe a little closer to Unseelie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we sort of volunteered ourselves to go out into the wood and try to find Riva, and then try to find the altar, and maybe try to make a better offer and see if we can make her unhappy for whatever that's worth. But if you believe it to be true, it may be helpful because you believed it. I also don't know that I want to sleep tonight. Maybe we can just watch and see what happens with everyone and not get the nightmares that everyone seems to have?
Well, I'm sleeping.
We can do an A/B experiment, and I'll sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am curious about the nightmares.
Oh, you want the nightmares? Oh, well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
And
I
also,
don't
if these
wanna
are
sleep.
like weird, creepy, possibly magic woods, I don't know you want to go wandering through them tired.
We were told fairly explicitly not to go at night by
Yeah.
Pablo.
I feel like if you have the nightmares, you'll be tired anyways, won't you? I mean, everyone around here is tired.
No, I mean going into the woods.
Oh,
going
not at
to
night.
them
Right,
Yeah.
I was
at night.
talking
Not
to
at
Gwylt
night.
saying we shouldn't be tired.
Oh,
I
I
know.
see. I'm sorry, Miss.
But maybe if it's just your first night of nightmares, that's a maybe. But if you don't sleep, you're guaranteed to be miserable.
I wonder if you can get so drunk you can't get nightmares.
That was the plan of the needleworker, was to drink as much as she could. But I feel like maybe she tried that before and it didn't work. But I could be wrong.
It seemed like she thought she wasn't drunk enough, and something tells me that she probably was drunk enough, but she was going to try again nonetheless.
She was. Yeah. Same thing, just a little more. So I'm the only one rooting for an all-nighter.
I'll stay up all night with you.
I will
Me-
absolutely not stay up all night.
No. That sounds like a damn
I'm
fool
going
idea to me.
bed.
Respectfully.
I'm going to bed, and I'm going to tie a sheet around my ankles to the bed frame so I don't go wandering about.
Oh, that's what Jericho said, that he had a leather that he was tying him to the bed because apparently people have almost like put their house on fire or almost walked into the well. So we can watch you all while you sleep and watch outside and make sure you don't go wandering and other people don't go wandering. We might be very busy tonight. It's like there may be a lot to do if we're trying to watch over everyone. The night will go before we know it.
Yeah, maybe we don't watch everyone all at the same time. We just pick a few people to watch or places to watch.
Like the well. I like the well idea.
The well, yes. And I think we can trust our friends here. Maybe Sasha stays up all night and watches our friends here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just volunteer
Sasha.
And
Sasha.
how do you feel about that, Sasha?
Sasha is basically dual fisting like two big things of meat. Like,
I'm sorry, what? The ma'am didn't give me any meat. They only brought 5 before in the stew as well. I haven't eaten since Ravensdale.
I was thinking about
Forgetting to
that when
feed
we said
Sasha.
5 when we walked in.
Divvity's the one who said 5 too. Oh, that makes it worse.
yep.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good at all. Well,
Okay,
I
so-
think she's going to be too drunk to stay up. So looks like
She's your tag. She can do whatever you want her to do. It's totally fine.
We are
Uh,
again going top row, bottom row, team awake and
Okay.
team sleep.
So Dimity and Slag, you want to go post up by the well. Okay. And the rest of you are going to sleep. All right. Okay. So we'll probably there's 2 rooms, plenty of beds, bedrolls and such. You can even bring in, if you want, Biscuit to kind of curl up somewhere in the
Me and
corner.
Biscuit call dibs on the corner.
Yeah. So Dimity and Slag, you find the town extremely quiet and extremely foggy. There is maybe 1 or 2 specks of light here or there of a lantern in a window, but there's so little light. And the walk between the inn and the well, you don't hear any chatter. You can even see that Nessie has kind of closed everything down as you leave. And you don't notice anybody else on the streets. There is like a wind that is pushing this fog around. It's so thick that there are times in which like even the two of you very close to each other, like you're kind of obscured sight of each other. you find the well, and if you want to test it, you pull up a bucket and slash out some water on the ground, and it looks fine. It doesn't look like it has any of that miasma that you all are familiar with. It looks nothing like the pond south of Ravensdale. It's hard to tell exactly how long it is that you guys are lingering out here, but at a certain point, the two of you start to hear sounds coming from the edge of the wood. And it's, at first, it feels like a wail, you know? Like someone calling out. Then it sounds a little bit like moaning. And then there's like this scratching sound that you start to hear all around you. Various buildings nearby that you can barely even see. Scratch, scratch over here, scratch, scratch over there. And you hear then like this growl that just seems to just cut through all the fog at this point. And despite the fact that it seems like that growl and that scratching and that moaning is like right next to you, you can't see anything. And then there is this piercing scream, and it almost feels like it's screaming right into your ears. This horrific scream. Dimity, what do you do?
I would say Dimity would like spin around and try to get her back sort of like up against a building or something. And it's like, you heard that, right? Where did that come from?
Slag also just spins around and kind of like swings an arm, just not trying to punch anyone, but just trying to, like, if there's someone there, push them away. Yes, I heard it. What on earth? Who did it?
I don't know. I don't see anything. Who's there? Who's there?
And as you call out, the scream happens once more. Both of you take Terrified 3.
Ooh.
And you see a shape almost form inside of the fog and then dissipate. You hear the shuffling, almost as if there's like trees that are moving about, the swaying of branches, the scratching of branches against like a shutter or a wall here and there, as there is this rending in the fog, and you see something is just charging at you, this big, dull, blackened shape, partially obscured by fog. What do you do, Slag?
We should get back to the inn, as he starts like running.
Okay, put together a pool to start running.
So could Terrified 3 help me move faster?
No, I don't think so. But that is a very interesting argument.
Okay, I would argue ignore pain and quick recovery to help me like just power through this fear and just get going.
Okay. It has a status that I'm gonna actually say it's going to help you, because you can kind of see the vague contours of something, some shape of a thing kind of charging at you, but you can't see texture of anything. It's just like this. You can only tell by the negative space and the effect it has on the fog. But it is quite large, quite obtuse even. So I already added that up, so that should be benefiting you in some way. You don't have to necessarily use Terrified to hurt you, I don't think either, but I don't think it's going to necessarily help. But we'll just leave it.
So I won't trigger that then.
Yeah.
We'll see. Rolling. Okay, so that's a 12 then.
Okay, that's phenomenal. You have 4 power to spend. What would you like to spend it on?
I would like to give myself a... I could scratch a tag, right? Could I scratch Terrified for 3 power?
You can buy down a status. So as long as it makes sense within the action that you're describing. So you describe the action of fleeing and running. And so in that case, I would say putting distance between you and this thing would could probably lower it. So I would probably accept it in this case if you wanted to say you're going to lower that.
Reduce the status. Let's reduce it to 1 for 2 power.
Okay. So that
And
means you
then,
have 2 more power left.
So add a tag. Could I add a tag like faced my fear or something? Or I guess that wouldn't make sense because I didn't face it. Survived,
By running
endured.
away.
You could also just do something like fled to describe your,
Okay.
So something like that would probably be good.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So as the two of you are there, and then this thing is charging at you, wailing and scraping and all sorts of things like this. Dimity, you see Slag suddenly just bolt and run away. But this thing doesn't seem to chase after Slag. Instead, you can see that there's like this wafting in the fog, almost as if it kind of senses your presence. And now the fog just turns and you hear that wail and that shuffling as it starts to move towards you. What do you do?
So I am all about like finding out the truth and attention to detail. So I'm just sort of standing my ground trying to figure out what this is. Like this is something has been affecting this place, and so she's just gonna kind of stand her ground and just try to figure out like, who are you? What are you? And so she's just trying to she's not running, she's just kind of looking at it and trying to see what it is. So making out a shape, trying to place the noise of it, any of those kinds of things.
Okay. So you're just trying to, if you're just trying to observe it, you can go ahead and make a test to possibly observe something about it. Sure.
So find out the truth and attention to detail, I think is what I've got. Detailed or quick?
This would be detailed because you're going to potentially spend power to ask questions and things like
Okay. And then positive or negative for what you're adding on?
There we go. I'm going to say that's going to affect you. Okay, go ahead. There's one tag it has, I think, as it seems to be at least partially disembodied, whatever this is.
10.
All right. You have 3 power to spend. So you can spend it to discover valuable details, like 1 detail per. What would you like to know?
I would like to get some just whatever information I can glean. What can I see? What can I hear? To identify this thing that is kind of coming at us.
Okay, that's kind of vague. I would need more specific questions. I will tell you that it feels like whatever this is disembodied. That's one thing I would give you,
Okay.
as there doesn't seem to be a clear physical corporeal form. So it's more kind of an incorporeal state. But you also see the air rending in front of you. And so you see that despite its disembodied nature, it seems like it can still have a physical effect on the world. So that's 2. And so if you had you have a third power. So if you have a third question you wanted to ask, I might be able to give it to you. Whatever it is, it's very angry and it's extremely close to you right now.
Okay. Can I ask it, what do you want? What do you want from this place?
You can ask it. That doesn't mean it's going to answer. I'm saying, like, what's a detail you want to know? Like that, because that would be a whole different role, and we're not there yet. It's not.
Yeah.
We'll have to reset the scene. So, like, is there a different kind of detail that you would want to learn of this thing?
If anybody has ideas, I'm open. So what does it look like?
They're not there.
What does it sound like?
You cannot see anything, but it definitely seems to physically affect the space, but it is disembodied, and I'll just give you the third thing. It is angry. Like, you can definitely hear it seething, raging even.
Okay.
And so I'll say those are the 3 things. And then as I was describing the way it had this ability to sort of shape, you can see almost like a claw starts slashing through the fog directly at you. And so it's going to literally start slashing at you. Not reacting to your question, not reacting to your attempts to appease it. It's literally just going to launch itself and start slashing at your space. So let's go. What would you like to do?
Okay, if it's what do you want? I can get you whatever you want. Is there something that you need? And I want to see if there's something that I can sort of like hide behind, so get some type of cover. So if
cover?
There's yeah.
Okay. Give me give me some kind of look around kind of thing.
Attention to detail. If
Um,
I'm looking for
yeah, that works. I'm gonna say I've already established it's foggy out here, so we'll say the fog is working against you. It's also because you kind of let it get drawn closer to you. It's also got this draw closer tag status on it, so it's right next to you, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. So you have two things working against you. Okay.
So I think I've got a net of a -1 on this roll.
Okay, give it a roll. Okay.
8.
A net of -1. You should have a 6.
Yeah, that's weird. I rolled. Yeah, that's weird. Yes, so I failed.
Okay. So if that's the case, you quickly try to dive behind the well, and all you do is you hear the sudden the rending of the claws hacking through the stone that makes it, and you see bits of stone start flying, and then those cold claws, these very, very cold claws, slash through you. Give yourself the wounded 3 tag. And presumably you scream out in fright.
Yeah.
Cutting from here for a second, we see Slag maybe pushing the door open to the driftwood inn, and it smashes against the wall, which sends this clatter throughout the inn. And right as you do so, Mila, Spoonbill, Gwylt, Sasha, Biscuits, all of you wake with a start at the sound of this clatter of this shutter. And then you hear the sounds of someone, maybe Dimity, screaming in pain out the window. So I'm going to throw this to Gwylt first. What do you think Gwylt is doing in this moment?
Make bad decisions and jump out the window to get to her as quickly as possible.
God, I love it.
The room is on the 5th floor. He didn't specify that yet, but just so you know.
I already
the
committed.
Rare rustic fantasy, penthouse. So that's, yeah.
It's okay. I committed. It's gonna be a tough.
Are you hopping on Biscuits and leaping out and chasing?
I think what he might almost do is kind of leap out, grab ledge himself, grab the scruff of Biscuit's neck to kind of toss Biscuit down, and then potentially then land on Biscuit.
Okay. Put a pool together.
Okay.
I'll say I'll put 2nd floor. I'll put that in here. It is a little dangerous.
For climbing and things of that nature, I think Hillcrester can kind of lean towards that pretty well. He does have good reflexes. Biscuit is sure-footed, if that might help make sure that there's a decent landing.
I'm okay with that.
I don't... Maybe Biscuit himself for the Milkrest riding goat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
If you're riding him down, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm counting. I've established it's foggy, so we're gonna say foggy because it's harder to see. And then 2nd story, 2nd floor. That's gonna work against you. So you got -2 coming at it. Otherwise, the rest of that is good to go.
Fair enough. And then, of course, because I'm doing something incredibly stupid, I'm gonna take my I can handle it disadvantage, because this is very much I can handle this. I'm just gonna jump out a window at a moment's notice because I'm incredibly stupid.
Perfect. For sure. Okay.
Detailed?
Yeah,
quick?
let's make it detailed.
Okay.
Let's make it detailed because you can buy certain things.
While that's rolling, I'd like to welcome in raiders from Commodore Zed. Welcome on in.
Awesome. Thank you for that raid, Commodore Zed. Those of you who are listening and watching right now, make sure you give them a follow.
Yes. Complete failure.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
five.
I mean, not a double
That's
one.
a really bad.
I
You-
know.
Biscuit
You
lands on the windowsill
leap
next, and you
out.
just jump.
And as you land, you realize you land like sideways, and you hear a sickening crunch. Yes. And as you stumble and kind of get back up, you look back over, and you see Biscuit is in this horrible state. Like their neck is the wrong way, their legs are the wrong way. Scratch Biscuit for me, please. Milkress Riding Goat.
Oh no! I was hoping you'd break my leg, not hurt Biscuit.
Slag, you hear the sounds of this, and then a sickening crunch behind you. Mila, Spoonbill, you watch as Gwylt jumps atop a chopped biscuit and leaps out. You also hear the sounds of like Dimity calling out in pain or for help. Let's go, Mila. What does Mila do in this moment?
Well, goes out after Gwylt. He goes out after Gwylt in that window because she fucking loves Biscuit and is
Okay.
very worried about Gwylt.
Okay.
And
so-
also Dimity. There's so much of
yeah.
this
Also-
window.
Gonna be tending to
The goat.
Biscuit.
So
There's
much
also-
of this window.
Yeah.
Mostly Biscuit.
Do you want to just run down the stairs, or do you want to hop out the window? Okay. No roll. You burst out of your room, run down the stairs, and then you come face to face with Slag, who's got this terrified look on his face right now.
I'm
Okay.
running past him.
Pushes past, and like you can see this travesty. You know that shortly beyond this is where Dimity and Slag said they were going. It's not that far away. Like the inn is right on this like central square, and there's a well nearby, so it's in relative distance. But you race past, and so now Slag, you're like in the doorway. Gwylt and Mia, you're out in the square, but not in immediate sight of the well. Dimity, you're still dodging and moving and getting hacked by this thing by the well. Spoonbill, you've just seen Gwylt leap out. You've seen Mila run down the stairs. Spoonbill, what do you do?
I think he was planning on leaping out and saw how that went, and then now he's also going to run down the stairs.
Okay, so yeah, no roll for that. And so I'll say that the four of you, and it's definitely four, because Sasha's still sleeping and Biscuit's no more. The four of you come racing out, or Slag, you watch them racing back, and you hear these sickening wails and sounds coming from somewhere within the fog. I'm going to cut back and reset. Actually, no, let's go with Slag first. So Slag, I should give you a chance. Now that you've seen that your friends are coming, and you look back and you notice that Dimity didn't follow you, and you hear her screams, what do you do, Slag?
Dimity, we're coming. I got help. And I run back towards the well.
Okay, you start running back, and you were looking for her, and you're looking for her, and you see that the well is like in pieces. The stone has been thrown this way and that, and you see Dimity is just getting raked through with claws. So, Dimity, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to give you the spotlight here as you see this creature. Like you can actually almost tell when its arm or its talons or whatever it might be reaches back, because you see the fog just, and it's about to rake down on you again. What do you do, Dimity?
So I could. It's probably a horrible idea. Because I'm right by the well, right?
Yes. It's like getting. It's been like raking down on the well, and the well is like falling into pieces of stone everywhere. Yeah.
I think I will. I was thinking about jumping in the well, and then I figured it could just jump down in the well after me because it is disembodied. So maybe that would be a bad idea. So I'm going to try to run back to where all of my friends are that actually have things that can try to help me.
Okay. Give me some kind of roll to try to outpace or to find a good path, something like that.
Yeah, I think all I've got to work with is attention to detail that I'm trying to find some hiding spot. So a better hiding spot since the first one didn't work very well.
Okay.
And then wounded, or terrified, they're equal. We working against me in this.
Only one. So you only ever add the best status in your favor and the worst status in your favor. So you would get one of those. And then I'm going to say it's obtuse 2 is going to be helping you because it is very large, which means it doesn't move as quickly as you. But it did draw close to you, and you did fail the roll to kind of dodge out of the way before. So I'm going to say that'll work. So that'll work against you. And don't forget about burning tags. You can scratch tags to get bonus power.
Yeah, I may scratch attention to detail here. Like, I really want to find a good hiding spot.
Okay. Or wait. Hiding spot, or are you racing back to your friends?
Hiding spot. Yeah, I don't really have anything that helps me with running. So
Gotcha.
I am trying to... There we go. All right, that should work. I'll see how that rolls. Make sure it
a roll. Yeah.
all works out in the end.
Okay. That is 10. So you've got power 2. Give yourself maybe a hidden 2 status.
Okay.
As you start racing and stumbling and kind of tripping over these stones, and you see that one of the buildings nearby is kind of on stilts. It's kind of, and you notice like there's like a wicker panel that's got a little bit of damage to it, and you just run over and you dive underneath, and you're able to outpace it, and it gives you maybe a second to move about. The group near the inn, you hear this wailing, you hear this like growl start to get close to you. Gwylt and Spoonbill and Mila, this is the first time as you start to see the swirling of this fog and this coldness. You hear what sounds like trees, almost like the branches scraping against each other as the wind hits, the sounds of leaves kind of all clattering against one another as it seems to be approaching where you are on the side of this square, closing in on the driftwood. You don't see Dimity anywhere. I'm going to give Gwylt the spotlight again. Your unfortunately mangled biscuits nearby, not moving, not making any sound, but now this creature of some kind coming in your direction. What do you do, Gwylt?
Okay, well, given the general nature of it, doesn't seem like something he's going to run forward to try and fight, so got an idea for a different angle to take. Because part of my Foulmouth kit includes a tag for scare them away. He's just going to start screaming at it. You farting ghastly goober, you Eiffel piece of crap! Be gone from here! We want nothing from you. I know you're angry. That's because you're not wanted here. You've got no place here. And just lacing into it. Basically being foul-mouthed, using ancient curse words, trying to scare it away. And then as he's like yelling it, potentially try to like do find insecurity to see if there's something he yells that does make it respond. To maybe see like... That's the best I can think.
I think all that sounds fine. Okay. I do have a status. It is raging right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna activate that one, and it's a big one. It's a raging 3, so you do have a -3 from this.
That's fair. Okay.
And don't forget, you can burn tags to get extra power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I will actually, because it's fun. He'll burn ancient curse words, like trying to legitimately find something that really does
throwing everything
latch onto it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because I hate myself, well, I don't think insensitive really would do anything with the ghost. It's already going to be angry no matter what. So that seems like a dumb thing.
It's not working. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. Okay. Detailed?
Yes, detailed.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, it's an 8. That's a
Just
pass.
barely.
Yay!
3 power with a consequence coming your way. We'll figure that in a second. So you're trying to just like shout it and like banish it away. Do you want to put all your power into that? All 3 of the power
Yes.
towards that? Okay. So you hurl these words out at you call out to it, and those of you that are in earshot of Gwylt, which I think everyone is, Dimity, it might be a little bit more muffled for you, but he starts off maybe talking in normal speech, but then at some point like something kicks in and Gwylt starts just throwing out these words that almost sound like nonsense to your ears. But each time like he hurls that insult, you see like a flinch in the fog and a flinch in the fog, until finally whatever this gigantic creature is just seems to back a little bit further away across this square, and you can hear the sounds of like the trees getting quieter and quieter as it just seems to be lumbering away, leaving all of you in this square. Dimity, you are bleeding profusely from this horrible wound.
Yeah, I come like crawling out from kind of like under this house. It's like, hey, you did it. You did it. Oh, that hurts.
What
got red
the
on you.
hell was that?
I don't know. It didn't have shape, but somehow it had a claw to just take a swipe at me. Let's get, and so Dimity's trying to like get out of this area and like get back to like the inn or
Start
something.
Stumbling back to the inn, Gwylt, like you see biscuits on the ground here.
Okay, come here, fella.
What do you do?
Just cradle him like a baby, basically, and carry him in.
So
Which
we
is
see-
the,
we
he's
see-
almost the size of Gwylt, basically. So it is just very awkward.
And you just feel that there's broken bones everywhere. Leg falling away it shouldn't. Head falling away it shouldn't. All of you watch as like Gwylt is carrying this. Dimity is covered in blood. And then Gwylt, you suddenly just like look over and you can see there's like Dimity standing next to you. The blood is continuing to pour. You can, like it's just pooling on the ground. And then this long tongue comes out of Biscuit's mouth and licks you. And we cut to the interior of your room, where we see Gwylt waking up as Biscuits is standing over top of him, licking his face to try to wake him up, while nearby Spoonbill and Mila are stretching, waking up, looking at each other. And out in the middle of town, near the well, we see Dimity and Slag getting kind of poked by random townsfolk.
What you doing? You can't sleep out here, you nitwits. Wake the hell up.
And that is where we're going to go ahead and end for tonight, and we will pick up.
Learn
next
that
time.
Jeff is an unreliable narrator.
What?
We're going
You think
down
this-
to gaslighting.
Nice.
Somewhere Al Pacino is
Nice.
smiling.
You think that was
Love it.
bad? You should watch our Fragged Empire campaign. 'Cause
Yeah, I was gonna
awful
say.
things on that one. The origin of gaslighting on this show. Adventures in Gaslighting.
Oh, it's
You will
so
all-
good.
You will all be able to take all your statuses that you took. You can take them away, and you can regain any tags that you burned. I am going to give though.
Your real life status of heart bursting.
I felt so bad. I was like, no, break my leg. Don't hurt the goat.
When you left out and it went so bad, I'm like, I wanted to go really mean here. I really did.
And you
I
did.
love it, though.
You did.
I'm gonna give
it was so
Dimity
good.
and Gwylt. Both of you will have the tag, the status Harrowed 3 though when we pick up next week. But every other status that you guys picked up during that sequence, you can clear, and anything you burned, you can regain. as it seems you all had a very terrible nightmare in a town in which
Yay.
I very clearly told you
Oh, yeah.
everyone was having nightmares. So I don't understand how I was the unreliable narrator here, but
That's why
fine.
that's why I was like, slumber party, stay up all night. I don't want any part of these.
Your
nightmares.
plan did not work. I
No,
just
it did
want to
not.
point out.
Oh my god. Right, guys,
If there's one thing I've
biscuits
learned
on the
from Elm
ground.
Street, staying up
Still
always
my
works.
second roll. Yeah. All right. Well, that is the first in this new arc. So if you're watching this and you know the Hearts of Ravensdale campaign, we started up the Green Maiden is the name of this adventure, which has already been mentioned twice, so I don't feel as bad saying it now. I didn't want to say it at the very beginning, but now it's okay to say. But yeah, we'll pick up on that next week, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's do a couple closing plugs.
Before we get into plugs, I have something I need to say real quick. A very good friend of mine launched a backer kit teaser page today. Go to the lollygaggers.com/WIB and you can be the first to get notified when We're in Danger goes live. It's a game we've been playing on the channel quite a bit here. I had to say it first because I knew that Jeff would wait till the very end, and it deserves some priority. This is a big day. Go follow the backer kit right now. All the links are in the doobly-doo. Check it out. It's going to be awesome.
Nice. You said the doobly doo. Have you been watching Colville?
That's
You watch a lot of
actually
Colville
what it's
videos
called.
lately?
That's the technical term
Okay,
for
yeah.
it. If
He
you look
says
at
it all the
definition
time.
on
I
YouTube.
haven't watched any of his videos in a while, but like I used to when I first started DMing,
Yeah.
you know, but like the doobly doo. So
Yeah.
like, I always remember that from him. I'm like, what the hell's a doobly doo? Isn't that the musical instrument from South Africa? Isn't that? Oh no, it's a didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
It's a didgeridoo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Stephen. Yes, I am making a game. We're in Danger. We've played it on the channel. It's a really fun game. I'm really proud of it, and it's been out for a little while, up on itch, development state, etc. But we're going to be pushing for an actual print run with awesome art from our very own Three-Eyed Cat, who hangs out in our community. He's amazing art. You can see a lot of those previews over on the Discord, and updated layout, all that kind of good stuff. So we're aiming for fall, October, spooky season. So the more people who sign up for that, the more reliable that date becomes. So sign up for that and we'll go from there. And we'll have some more updates and I'll talk about it over the coming months. But now that that's out of the way, my Trey, where can we find you on the internet?
My tip plays games on YouTube where my absolute favorite game is We're in Danger. And like I cannot recommend it enough. You find me on YouTube talking about We're in Danger. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, my Trey. Steven, you also have made a game and you're much further
I'm a
along in the
little
production
offended by
process
my
than
trade.
me.
I'm a
I know, I
little
was gonna
pissed
do a
off
thing.
Yeah,
I was going to say something.
I was fine promoting We're in Danger until someone said they like
Yeah.
another game.
Steven
more,
also
and now
made a
I'm just-
game. Apparently, my Trey doesn't like it as much as mine, but whatever.
I mean, it's to be expected, but it doesn't need to be stated. Like
Drama.
yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I made a game called Huckleberry. It's a Weird West action horror game. Think Hellboy and Tombstone. Go to huckleberryrpg.com/pre-order and use code LOLLY to get $5 off. We are printing books right now, so you won't have to wait very long if you pre-order.
Fantastic. As for streaming stuff, next game we have on the docket here is tomorrow night. We got some Wild Sea. Thursday, we should be finishing up the first arc of Coriolis. Saturday, I'm not sure if Wondering's on the docket or not. To check in later in the week and we'll figure it out. And yeah, you should also check out Joe Wednesdays, Fridays over on Defenders of Cobalt. He streams over there as well. And that's it for us. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We're going to probably raid someone here in a second. We'll see y'all later.